What's up, y'all? Juice for 256 here. Got a little surprise for you today. Picked up the DNA Performance Air Filter and Snorkel Delete upgrade for the Interceptor 650 here. And I'm going to show you how it goes on here, give you my first impressions and real-world experience. I paid for this with my own dollary dues. This is not sponsored in any way. This is an actual opinion of someone who does not care what the manufacturer thinks. So stick around. Sure you'll appreciate the honesty. And so stick around and I'll tell you what I really think about this and if it's worth your hard-earned money and if it's worth the upgrade for your Interceptor 650 or Continental GT. Alright, so here's your pro tip of the day, amateur pro tip, because I am no pro. The Royal Enfield 650s have this little Allen bolt here that's going to hold on your left side airbox cover. You're going to need to remove this to be able to get to your relays as well as this modification that we're doing currently. Now, from what I understand, a GoPro mounting screw will replace this and you won't have to have an oddball sized, it's probably not oddball, but still an Allen key that you wouldn't normally have. You can have something you can do with your fingers in case you need to get in there. So I'm going to give that a shot right here and just see real quick if it'll go in. And look at that. I believe we have success. Alright, so we have successfully replaced this mess with this easily finger doable and undoable. Sorry if I'm messing around here. There is a lot of threads to go through, so I would say if you have a shorter GoPro screw, if the thread part right here is shorter, that would probably be a little less of a hassle, but I do appreciate. So now that we have our screw undone, this is going to come out and then up. Don't pull it straight out. You want it out a little bit just so it clears that little rubber grommet there. Feel a little resistance as it pops out, and then it's going to come straight up. So I'm going to rest that up there carefully for now. And this is what we get in the box. This bracket replaces, one second here. Now I know you've seen these and what they look like, so I'm not going to insult your intelligence with how it goes on. It's 3 screws. I'm sure you can figure that out. But this is the factory snorkel that would be on there, like so, instead of this DNA Performance Snorkel Delete. And this is the factory air filter, which after about 1,500 miles, not sure if you can see in there, starting to get a little buildup, but it's very restrictive even from the factory. So this is what your setup will look like if you go for the full package. I feel like it's worth it. It's not many more dollars and it really cleans it up. I will say this unit is very quality. The cotton that DNA use is 100% organic, sustainably grown. I'm going to go ahead and put the cover back on here. So this part is going to go in the slot. You're going to line up your grommet, push that in. Now there is sort of a tab. Mess that up. This guy here, you're going to want to align that with its little home. You'll see where it goes. There we go. Now we're going to whip out our handy dandy GoPro and begin. I don't know if you've noticed, there is a yellow sticker on my ECU over here. That leads me into my next section. It's on there nice and snug. So if you see a yellow sticker on your ECU, when you take your seat off of your bike, that's going to mean that you have a Euro 4 ECU. Excuse me. See, blue sticker means it got a Euro 5. I got lucky on this. Apparently the 22 models, which is what this is, 2022, in the US were sort of a mixed bag. Some were Euro 4, some were Euro 5. I got lucky, got a Euro 4, so I get to play with mine a little bit, and you get to check it out with me. So let me get the seat back on here, and let's fire this puppy up. These are not the stock mufflers here. These are MGO cocktail shakers, and these are kitchen Crocs. Respect the Crocs. So I'm not actually riding right now, chill out. But we are going to fire this guy up. The cocktail shakers are loud. They are every bit as loud as running this without mufflers at all, which I did for a while. But I really like the tone. I like the character that they give the bike. I like the fact that they're slung a little lower. I got more room for some luggage here when that comes in soon. Here we go. Need some gas. So I guess all that's left now is to get this thing on the road and let you guys know what it really feels like. Now I'm gonna be honest, when I put these cocktail shakers on, I feel like I might have lost a little horsepower just because it was still restricted on the intake, and there is still some honeycomb catalytic converters inside the stock header pipes, which I still have on here. So I'm hoping I gained at least back to what it felt like when it was stock. The weight is a big issue too. The stock mufflers are super heavy. I don't know why they're so heavy. Well, I do know why. Emissions. But that's no fun. So I saved probably 25 pounds going to these cocktail shakers, even though they're still full-size mufflers. You heard the sound. The tone is beautiful. It's rich, it's bassy, it snarls, it pops, it crackles. It's everything I wanted it to sound like. That 270-degree parallel twin is a beautiful piece of work, and I am very impressed with Royal Enfield's engineering department for coming up with this engine. Big props to you guys. There's a reason you're winning a ton of awards and getting so much recognition for it. It's fantastic. So let's get this out on the road and see what it's actually like. Well, we are back. I am geared up, and we are about to take this sucker down to the gas station because I need gas. You saw that already. And get a little ride in. Should be a good time. It's a beautiful day for it. Okay, first impressions. Now I did let the ECU adapt by letting this idle for 15 minutes. That is what the recommended knowledge on the interwebs recommends. All that. Recommendations of recommending things. Okay, right off the bat, this thing wants to take off. It is not even thinking about stalling in first gear. Like, the takeoff is much stronger. It feels healthier, honestly. I read a couple people saying that it was going to be like herky-jerky at low speeds, stuff like that. But honestly, like that, I'm going to try it again right now, but that felt very, very smooth. Yep. It's pulling a lot harder at those low revs, at least in first gear. Like, no hint. There's a pair of shades on the ground. I wonder if those are mine. I lost some a couple days ago. So, yeah, no, I'm feeling a marked difference, at least on the smoothness. Don't hit me. The strength of takeoff, at least the confidence. I don't feel like this bike is anywhere near stalling where, you know, I had to keep the revs up a little bit prior, and I think that may have had something to do with the pipes that I put on there. There's like less back pressure. That's a thing, from what I understand. Ooh, that sounds so nice, though. And I believe the freer flowing exhaust, coupled with the ability to suck air in a little better now, may be a winning combination. So we're about to get an actual takeoff here. They're going left, so I'm going to cruise on past them. I did. Oh yeah, I felt the back tire step out a little bit on me almost. I have not felt that on this bike before. Alright, let's try a 4,000 RPM roll on. Oh yeah. I'm not going to say there's significantly more ponies than when this was stock at any sort of peak horsepower, but I'm going to say the throttle response is much improved. I'm going to say that the power band is much wider. That low speed, so much more confidence. Honestly, I am super impressed so far. Let me gas up real quick and we will get back on the road. Alright, what's your name, man?
Badri.
Badri? Mike.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Good to see you.
So I got a Royal Enfield fan here. This has the DNA intake and the snorkel delete, as well as the Emgo cocktail shakers. Yeah.
Like that? Good.
Sounds good, huh?
Good.
Alright, have a good one. That was awesome. Made a new friend at the gas station. Knew exactly what I was riding. And seems like he likes it. And we are off again. There's a three-wheeler. It's a nice mobility scooter there. High visibility mobility. Alright. Nice and sunny here today. So yeah, this absolutely feels more confident. Slow speed takeoffs. I'm going to say it's a great addition for around town. I think in combination with that freer flowing exhaust. Oh yeah. It absolutely wants to scoot. The revs shoot up considerably faster. That throttle kicks in. I feel like I'm going, well, let me get to, make sure I'm in 6th gear. So I'm in 6th gear. Get back up to 60. So yeah, I'm just barely over 3,500 RPM and doing 60 miles an hour. So I believe I am actually cruising at a slightly lower RPM for the same given speed, which tells me that it's getting more air and it's making more power. And this wind is just blowing me like it wants a ring. But that's alright. Take this turn here. Yep. This is one happy bike. It feels completely woken up. So I will say, especially, got away from that dude. Especially if you're already rocking some aftermarket exhausts that are more free-flowing, or if you're thinking about doing that, I would say 100% get this air filter and the snorkel delete. I think there's a good chance it gives you more power even without the aftermarket exhaust. Still getting those crackles and pops. Just had to mash the turn signal cancel a couple of times. That's probably my only real complaint with this bike, is that there's quite a few times where it takes a couple mashes on the button to get it to actually cancel that turn signal. But I hope you've enjoyed this quick little jaunt, and it was pretty awesome making a new friend at the gas station. These Interceptors are one of the most popular bikes in the world right now, actually, believe it or not. Look out, Honda. Well, my other bike's a Honda Super Cub, so can't really talk too much smack about the Honda guys. They're my boys too. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. That is gonna do it for today. Yeah, in summation, the DNA, air filter, snorkel delete, and special in conjunction with some aftermarket exhausts, well worth the investment. Feels like the bike is completely woken up. Other upsides include the fact that it's washable, so I don't have to buy a new air filter every year. I mean, that's freaking great. Environmentally speaking, I'm not throwing an air filter away every year or two. Also good. Not a huge thing, but every little bit helps, you know? I think this is an excellent product, and unfortunately, when manufacturers build bikes, they have to do things to a budget and do things to emission standards, and thankfully, Royal Enfield has not made it hard at all to wake this bike back up a little bit. I can't wait to get it out with my buddy CB500X that he just got. We were neck and neck power-wise before I did this, and I feel like I might have a slight edge on him now. That being a liquid-cooled, more modern parallel twin versus this old-school air oil-cooled job here. But I like the classics, that's why I got this thing. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself. I certainly did. I'm super stoked on this bike all over again. It's really freaking cool. So, yeah, I mean, it's gnarly. See someone coming up behind me here. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like, subscribing to the channel. I'll be making plenty more like this, trying out some new modifications, detailing what I've done to the Interceptor already, and getting some nice rides in for y'all to watch. So, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.